Alright, folks. Well, somebody has finally discovered the site of our poor injured Swoopy Doo here at Imola. We have Twin Mill is the first to encounter them, and conveniently starts in front of everyone else. So yeah, we have no other people here to help. It's just Twin Mill trying to single-handedly assist this guy. And I may need to add more fuel because I think that fuel consumption is on by accident. Just be safe, I'm gonna put like 55 in because I really don't want to run out of fuel. That would be really embarrassing. Just waiting for the race to start here. It seems to be taking a moment. There we go. Also rolling start because well, grid starts here aren't always the greatest. It's actually an accident. It's not supposed to be on at all. Doesn't matter. Things screwed up. This is why I don't usually like it though, because the AI usually somehow get like a little like burst of speed right when the light turns. Oh my god, that's the last. Please no. Oh god. I just need to get away from these maniacs, and I should be fine for the next 25 minutes of driving. Because, well, they aren't too fast, as you can clearly tell behind me. Very short gears on this Porsche here. Oh, that's... Oh, there we go. It's fine. I was stopped paying attention to that, so... It's not normally how you take that, but it worked. Probably a penalty normally, but, this isn't normal. Oh, jeez. That looks not good. Oh, God. Well, there's that hood, perhaps, that just magically disappeared the time he crashed and ended up on the track. Perhaps. So there's our stricken driver that we're hoping to help here. However, just like with Bubbles, that's a pretty big crash. It's going to take more than just Twin Mill here to help him out. Who else will get here in due time, we will find out. But for right now, I'm just down to Twin Mill to hold down the fort until someone else can get here. He probably has ways to contact the Golden Tetrad, the rest of them, and probably get their attention and tell them, hey, losers, you might want to get to Italy, like, now. Probably tick off 16 Angels, because he's basically already there, so it's just Twin Mill, like, chastising him for no reason. Although it kind of begs the question, if they can contact each other, how come they don't just all organize some sort of meeting place? So maybe Twin Mill does not have that. These shadows are not helping me figure out the breaking points. Because usually you have to use, like, the darkened part of the course where other vehicles have broken in the past for this track. Like, when the track surface gets, like, a visibly darker tone of black, which that sentence just doesn't make much sense at all, but it's not the point. Now, there we go. That is correct. Wonder, if at any point the cleanup crew is gonna deal with that, or maybe there just isn't one here. It's, Very awkward. I mean, I guess he's not in the way of people, so maybe they're just gonna leave the wreck there. It seems very unsafe. I mean, come on, there's some sort of management here, am I right? I still use the track. As you can see, the relative isn't quite working. It's showing the drivers, but it's not showing their distance to me. But, ooh, we didn't like that. Oh my god, car. The extra weight in the vehicle from all of the fuel is kind of foreign in this series, so the handling on this vehicle isn't quite what it is usually. And that's a system that the AI are largely not affected by. I mean, it affects them, obviously. 70 liters of fuel is going to be a little heavier than, like, 5, but it doesn't have quite the same adverse effects as it would on a player, because, well, that can just make them go through the corner a little slower. Extra fuel weight in my car might make me end up just go off the track entirely. Because, of course, I can make miscalculations. The AI really can't do that. Ugh. It's understeering, but it's at least manageable, unlike the governor back in Quito, where the vehicle just didn't want to make the corner at any point that night. Governor, fun fact, was the first driver in Time Loop to lose the race. The other two that came before him both won their races. Oh, we have missed the breaking point. Oh my god, am I trying to lose the race? It honestly seems like I am at this moment. I had to like make a mental note of the newer characters, like Sonic characters and such, to train myself to remember if they've appeared here, but they're not here. I am 100% sure that no one here is anyone relevant to Time Loop besides myself and Swoopy Doo's remains of his vehicle. Even the AI go wide there, so it's not really like that would be worth anything of note if I do that normally. So the cleanup crew has finally gotten around to at least removing Swoopy Doo from the course and getting him somewhere he can work on getting better. Once other drivers get here, that process will speed up a lot, but big hit. I don't know how much time he might have left. Maps are getting progressively worse, which is not generally how that is supposed to work. Alright, I go from way late to I probably could have broken like an entire second later. It's better safe than sorry, right? You know. Someone didn't heed that information. Actually, a lot of people have not heeded that information in this series so far. I can't help but notice that the guy in second, his name is actually too long for the relative to show on one screen. So it's infinitely scrolling to show like an extra 2 letters. And also his initials would spell out Demp. Dennis Eater Martinez Pineda. And just like there's a few names like that in this game where they're just like pointlessly long, and I don't understand. looking at finally a decent lap. So as events have turned out, this and the other discussion video that will be going up before this will be uploaded at largely the same time. I'm gonna use a little off-road. That's what I use for braking here. It's like a little slip path for emergency vehicles. Obviously isn't used because the emergency vehicles don't really function in this game. That's a lot of curb. We are now 10 minutes through this event. A little under halfway. And I was entirely right, as I mentioned before, fuel consumption is on. That is a mistake, and it wasn't supposed to be the case until later in the series that would be a thing that plays in. By later, I mean close to episode 110, when we get to the third category of vehicles, so... Oh, please stop. We're good. Now, the braking zones on this track are painfully ambiguous. I should really stop mirror driving like that. It's gonna be the death of me at one point. Even if not here, it'll happen at some point. No, this is itchy. I'm going for a record lap here. We're now halfway through the event. Prima looking relatively comfortable, although this vehicle is bouncy. You may have seen evidence of already. Now that lap is pretty fast. 2 times faster than my previous fastest. You can see like when I'm braking, if I'm getting on and off the throttle, the car just kind of leans and bends a little bit. Just kind of like that. Just a little unsettling. It hasn't really done much anything massive yet, but it's just still a characteristic of the vehicle that I have to keep in the back of my mind, that if I do something incredibly stupid, the car will just wig out on me. So I guess you define it as comfortable lead, less comfortable car. If nothing else. Oh, that's the curb? Hello. Just have all of that curb. Some tire wear appears to be a little more than usual. No, they're almost even lap with the previous. Oh, okay, that's a lot of curb I didn't really want in my life. Luckily the Porsche, because of how springy it is, can kind of hit these curbs with very minimal care as to what will happen after. This thing is like the world's fastest box spring mattress at this point. Cockpit cam, because why not? There's a lot of buttons here, holy crap. Modern race car wheels look less like steering wheels and more like aircraft like aircraft dashes at this point, though, so that really doesn't shock me. It's actually pretty rare that the race car wheel even has the company's logo on it nowadays. Just under 8 minutes to go, and the sunlight is finally returning to this location. One thing about me in most driving games, I can drive in almost any camera view. Yet I always choose the chase cam, which is usually seen as the weirdest one to use in modern day racing games. Now, as far as the behind the scenes aspect, Swoopy Doo disconnected. As far as the actual episode goes, that really doesn't mean anything right now, though. Just the car being removed from the track, I suppose. So I clearly overfueled this car. I figured I would be, but... The reason you usually want the like hood or top-down cams is so you have like a better idea of how wide your car is, while having the vehicle no longer obstruct your vision of the track. I usually like chase cam because A, it feels like an arcadey game, like I'm back playing World Race again or something, and B, because then I can also get like something of an idea as to where my opponents are around me if they're really close, and so therefore not run into them. Proves immensely useful in league racing, I'll tell ya. Being able to see where the morons are and therefore avoid them makes it a little easier. And on the F1 video games, I will use a view, which is basically the equivalent to this one, as you would see in any of those like racing full race videos I have uploaded rather. That was very close to my personal best as well. Despite my apprehensions, I'm finding second gear works there better than third, which is a little surprising to me. A little windshield wiper there, just going crazy, just beneath the camera. I think it's a windshield wiper, I'm pretty sure it is. Believe it or not, that's actually the best way to take that corner. Make sure you hit that curve. It swings you around a little, but it doesn't do anything drastic. So we will be coming down to one more lap to go here, or two, no, I can count. 2 more laps to go here. So yet another fastest lap, but not by all that much. Twinmill's consistency is hard to match here, apparently. Despite how unsettled this vehicle can occasionally get if I do something stupid. I guess Twinmill's just really good at avoiding doing stupid things. I mean, what else would you expect from him? Hmm. It's a very consistent lap, that's the best one yet. We'll have one more to do. Kind of an awkward exit from that turn. This wouldn't be an episode, would it? And there we go. So that's... Tunnel's gone half of the way. Pretty, significant win there. They're taking their time catching back up, apparently. That just doesn't show their times for some reason. Okay, they'd be done by now. I can see them back there. They're done. It just isn't showing their final times. So Twinmill has done half the work of helping Twinmill, or Swoopy Doo, out of his jam, as it were. And, yeah, I guess that's it for this episode.